In the past, the electorate voted in their MPs and generally had to live with the consequences should such a leader fail to deliver. This is because the only way such a legislator would be kicked out before the end of his or her term was through a by-election in the event of death or annulment of the MP's election by the courts. And such a ruling would have little to do with the affected leader's performance. But the new constitution changed that. It introduced an MP's recall clause in Chapter 8 touching on the legislature. According to Section 104, subsection 1, the electorate under Articles 97 and 98 have the right to recall the Member of Parliament representing their constituency before the end of the term of the relevant House of Parliament. However, Section 104, subsection 2 says that Parliament shall enact legislation to provide for the grounds on which a member may be recalled and the procedure to be followed. That has somewhat killed debate on this matter. Errant MPs have since heaved a sigh of relief. But things have become much clearer for county residents. They now know when and how they can kick out county assembly representatives who fail to perform once the new devolved units come into being. The county assembly is the equivalent of parliament at county level and has its own speaker. It will pass important legislation for the county, and the representatives are voted in from the ward level. The County Government's Bill 2012 states that there will be a minimum of 15 wards in one county. The legislation states in Section 28, subsection 1, a county assembly member may be recalled by voters in a ward on any of the following grounds: misconduct likely to bring hatred, ridicule, contempt or disrepute to the office, lack of moral standing and integrity, mismanagement of public resources, desertion of the electorate without reasonable cause including continual absence from the ward, failure to adequately represent the views, opinions and proposals of the electorate to the county assembly, among other reasons amounting to the said desertion. However, the county assembly representative cannot be subjected to a malicious sending off immediately they're elected. The bill states in Section 28, subsection 2, a recall under subsection 1 may only be initiated 18 months after the election of the county assembly member. To initiate a recall, a registered voter in the affected ward will be required to file a written petition with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission specifying the grounds for the recall. The petition should contain a list of registered voters in the ward numbering at least 30% of the number of the total registered voters in that ward in the preceding election. IEBC will then have 45 days after the receipt of the petition to decide on its merits and demerits. The Commission will then have 15 days to determine its decision and ultimately issue a notice of recall to the Speaker of the County Assembly. The IEBC will then have 90 days after publication of its recall question to conduct a recall election. The new County Government's Bill 2012 therefore opens a new chapter in Kenya's democratic space as it has empowered voters to send home poorly performing leaders at counties level. Abdi Osman, Citizen Live at 9.